Breaking news just in the rock feed, we have a major announcement just in regarding Megadeth from founder Dave Mustaine, who has just revealed the band will release their final album and embark on a global farewell tour. This is the end of an era, obviously, for the legendary metal band. Dave Mustaine, of course, also a founding member of Metallica. He departed, he started Megadeth, and the rest was history. Here is what we know about this major story in the world of heavy metal. One of the absolute pillars of thrash metal is calling it a day. Megadeth's Dave Mustaine has officially announced that the band's next album will be their last, and they're planning a massive global farewell tour to go out with a bang. This isn't a rumor, this isn't speculation. This is the final chapter for a band that's been a force in metal for over 4 decades. For fans around the world, this news is a gut punch. For the entire genre, it marks the end of an era. We're looking at a member of the Big Four preparing to exit the stage for good. Now, the story here isn't just that it's ending, but how it's ending, and more importantly, why. And the answer comes directly from Dave himself. And with that announcement coming straight from Mustaine, he revealed that a new Megadeth album is coming early next year in 2026, and it will be the final studio record of his career. Alongside that final album, the band will kick off a global farewell tour next year. And as if that weren't enough, he's also releasing a new memoir with details on that coming soon. In a direct message to fans, Mustaine laid out his reasoning, and his words really get to the heart of this decision. He said, "There's so many musicians that have come to the end of their career, whether accidental or intentional. Most of them don't get to go out on their own terms on top. And that's where I'm at in my life right now. I've traveled the world and have made millions upon millions of fans, and the hardest part of all of this is saying goodbye to them." He continued, making it clear that this wasn't intended to be somber, but more so a celebration. He said, "We can't wait for you to hear this album and see us on tour. If there was ever a perfect time for us to put out a new album, it's now. If there was ever a perfect time to tour the world, it's now. It's also a perfect time for us to tell you that it's our last studio album." He then added this message directly to the fans. He said, "Don't be mad, don't be sad. Be happy for us all. Come celebrate with me these next few years. We've done something together that's truly wonderful and will probably never happen again." He ended with a powerful reflection on the legacy of Megadeth, stating, "We started a musical style. We started a revolution. We changed the guitar world and how it's played. And we changed the world. The bands I played in have influenced the world. I love you all for it. Thank you for everything." So what do we know about this final album? The band has been in the studio putting the finishing touches on it. It's set to be released on Mustaine's own label, Tradecraft. And for a sign of what's to expect sonically, they're once again working with producer Chris Rakestraw. Rakestraw was behind the board for their last 2 albums, 2022's The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead, and 2016's Dystopia, both really good albums, critically acclaimed. So this shows that they're really looking to continue that high-quality, aggressive sound that we've gotten from those last 2 records. The lineup that will be recording this final album and embarking on the farewell tour is also significant. Alongside Mustaine, you have bassist James Lomenzo and drummer Dirk Verburen, and on guitar you have the relatively new but incredibly talented Teemu Manasari. Teemu stepped in 2 years ago after Kiko Loureiro had to bow out to be with his family, and so what started as a temporary fill-in for him has become permanent, and fans have really embraced his playing and his chemistry with the band, which is strong. So they have a really good lineup, they're solid, they're stable, and they've been firing on all cylinders in recent years. Now, Mustaine's point about going out on top isn't just talk. Their most recent album, The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead, was a major success. It landed at number 3 on the Billboard 200 chart, selling 48,000 units in the first week, which in the modern era is very impressive. So this was Megadeth's 8th top 10 charting album, putting them in an elite category of bands that have maintained that level of commercial relevance for decades. So their history is littered with massive records, from Countdown to Extinction hitting number 2 in 1992 to Dystopia also hitting number 3 back in 2016. This whole journey started, as you know, after Dave Mustaine was kicked out of Metallica all the way back in 1983. He quickly connected with former bassist David Ellefson, and that partnership formed the core of Megadeth. They released their debut, Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, in 1985 and immediately put the world on notice. But it was albums like 1986's Peace Sells, But Who's Buying, and especially 1990's Rust in Peace that truly solidified their place in metal history. With the technical wizardry of guitarist Marty Friedman and the powerhouse drumming of Nick Menza, songs like Holy Wars, The Punishment Due, and Hangar 18 became anthems that blended pure thrash aggression with mind-bending technicality and stadium-sized music. So this is obviously a major story in the world of heavy metal, and it begs the question, just a few years ago we saw that departure of bassist David Ellefson, and it makes you wonder, considering how important his role in this band's history has been, whether or not we could see him mending offenses, whether or not we could see him step up on stage one last time with Megadeth, just considering the history that they have together. I don't know if that's going to happen. It seems unlikely, but I think it would be a beautiful moment to share considering how much they've accomplished together. And at this point, Megadeth announcing they're going to be going on this farewell run. It's a sad day for metal anytime you see a legendary act like Megadeth stepping away from their career, riding off into the sunset. It just reminds you of how many great bands have come and gone, and really how much we've got to push forward. We've got to have new bands out here that keep this music that we all love and care about going. And now I want to show you this video message that Megadeth put out announcing their farewell.
Some say this is the end of times.
Erupting! We need to go!
Get out of the cities. It's over.
This will be our last broadcast.
This is Vic Rattlehead. For over 4 decades, I've been chained in silence. But the end demands my voice. It is confirmed the next Megadeth studio album will be the last. 40 years of metal, forged in steel, ending in fire. And when the new year rises, the global farewell tour. You've heard the warning. Now prepare yourself, Cyber Army. Stay loud, stay tuned, and meet me on the front lines.
All right, so there you have it. We don't have tour dates yet. We don't have a name of the album at this time, a release date or anything like that. We know this is all going to take place in 2026 from a tour perspective. You've got the memoir from Dave Mustaine, and it says that this tour is going to last for several years. We saw that with Kiss as well. I do think that that's a smart decision. You don't just do one leg. If you're really going out on a farewell tour, I think it's reasonable to drag that out for a while so that you can hit all of the areas of the world that have supported you for as long as Megadeth has been around. So sad day, and they're going to be dearly missed. But as Dave Mustaine said, we should be celebrating their legacy, and I definitely intend to do that. So that is your latest update here from Rockfeed. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates about your favorite bands.